Good morning, everybody. My name is Marietta. I would like to speak to you about signs and symbols today, as we often live with synchronicities, signs, and messages and symbols in our lives that just create a more magical life for us. For instance, like a lot of people at the moment talk about 1111, 1010, 1444. So we see these kind of signs as messages, or we can pick it up as messages of saying we're in sync with life, or we are on track with life, or we are actually just at the right place. And noticing these synchronicities also always gives one the feeling of, wow, I'm part of this bigger universe. When we come to signs, then also, for instance, seeing the bees, and bees are always connected with, they're definitely the sign of angels being around. Although I'm allergic to bees, I never ever kill bees, because I always think it's such a brilliant sign of they are definitely loved ones that are around when bees are around. So I normally speak to them telepathically to actually get them out of my house when they've flown in. But also signs like, I recall very often I find when I ask the universe for finding certain signs or showing me certain signs or coming up with certain signs, I will, for instance, find 20-cent pieces or 10-cent pieces. The amount of money doesn't really play a role. But I know then that I'm on right track to abundance, to having more financial success, or that the opportunity is on its way, or just to guide me and support me, that I do not need to worry about money because money is lying around on the street, that there is always sufficient to support me or to support whoever I'm thinking of. So it always brings me that confirmation of I don't need to worry about money. The other sign is when I find certain shells, I ask for signs, I ask for messages to God, to the universe, and then I often find a perfect shell, or I find a beautiful white feather. And I take it along to put into my glass at home where I have feathers, into my jar. And I know that angels are around, that I'm guided, that I'm protected, that I'm divinely protected to actually be on my journey, and that I'm not alone, and that it's really a confirmation of I'm guided divinely, and I can ask my guides and my angels and divine energies, and even have the message from above, from a loved one that has passed on. And normally the first thought that comes up in your mind, as maybe this is a message from my passed on mother, or from my uncle, or my best friend, or my husband, or my wife, then we know that this is actually a short message of somebody saying, I'm well, I'm okay, you don't have to worry, we're all guiding you, we're all protecting you, you're not alone and you're not on your own. Asking for signs will normally be like a prayer, and normally it gets answered. Not necessarily in your time though, but very often in divine timing. So it will not take a year before you have the next sign, but you will suddenly see it somewhere, and you will know that what you see and what really is a sign for you is a sign for you. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to analyze it. You can just accept it and be happy that you actually recognize that life is not really a chronological affair, but that we live in cycles and we live in circles, and that everything is divinely protected. I wish you all well. If you want to find out more about myself, you can go to my website, mariettatiernissen.com.